Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be doing something exciting. Firstly, I'll walk you through a hero section design, just the header, the subheading, and the call to action. Then we'll jump into a framer tutorial where I will show you how to create form inputs using button style label. Think of those clickable tags. You tap to check and tap to uncheck, but build entirely in Framer. Super slick, super simple. So something like this, a form with clickable labels. All right, so let's jump into the video. All right, so you can see now I have a blank canvas, and I'm going to start with the hero section. I'll be fast about the whole hero section creating, so you have to just catch along. All right, so I'll add a frame. This will serve as my hero section, and inside this frame I'll add an image. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, I don't want to be fast. I don't want to keep scrolling down, so I'll just go with one. Maybe I'll pick this. All right, this looks good. And the next thing I will do here, I would love to add an overlay. Let me go to the vector. I'll bring in my rectangle, and I will add it over my hero section. I'm going to change the color and reduce the opacity. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'll go back to my layers, and I'll make this relative, and the rectangle will be absolute. All right, yeah, sure. So I have like my text over here, so I'm going to just bring it inside of this design. All right, so this is going to be my okay. Let me lock this. All right, so this is going to be my header, and this is going to be my subheader. So my header, I'm going to give my header to be 60 pixel, and subheading it will stay at I think 18 is fine. Then I'll change the color for both. All right, so I'll bring in a pre-made form. I'll go to my insert panel and I'll go to forms, and I'll drag and drop my forms. I don't want it to be inside this stack here, so I'll bring it out. Let's line. I'll set this to fill. This to fill as well. And I'll give this padding, I think. Alright, so I don't want to waste much time, so I'll just go to the insert panel here and drag in a navigation, previews navigation inside of this. My design, and I'm going to make it fixed, I think. Yeah, just leave it. Alright, so I'll give this some width, and I think I'll give this some gap just to close. Yeah, and I think The only thing I'll be missing here is a call to action, or I'm going to have a form anyways on it, so I don't think that matters. All right, so let's dive into creating the form. So there is a normal generic form that Frame actually give you to actually work on top. So first thing first, I'm going to add the fill on the background for me to be able to see what I'm working with. I'm going to add the fill, then I can see that I need to give this my rectangle. Oh, I can't give it a z index since it's a vector or since it's a part. Rather, I will give this my form a z index of 2. I saw. All right. So we have the name, we have the email. What else? Name, email, and a text box or a text area. Then the buttons. So we just go to this, and I'll delete this entirely, and we'll duplicate this, and we'll set this to a. We'll set this input. Okay, let me go over here. We'll set this input to be, I think, text area. Yeah. So all right. I know that most of you would actually know what to do here, and we're getting into the part you'll be most interested in. So I'll give this a radius of, I think, a 12 pixel radius. And next thing I want to do is that I'll click on this my form, and I will see this add button like over here. I'll click on this add button at the bottom, and when I click on this add button, it gives me like a list to choose from. If I want to add the text, box radio, and or a select. So I'm going to pick the checkbox. So what I'm going to do now, this is the check. The checkbox is basically what we use to actually create the, what's it called? The clicking and click out label, like the check in and check out label. So next now to this, I want to turn this to a component. So I'll turn this to a component, create new component. I'll name this maybe checkbox. Then I'll give it some padding. And I'll make it fit. And I will name this whatever I want. Maybe chair. Yeah. So the next thing I want to do is that I want to give this value chair. So me giving this value, what it means is that whenever a user click on it and click on the submit button, it actually tells you that the value of this button is the user selected is, I think it's a chair. So that's it. So the next thing I want to do is maybe I'll add what's it called? I can add a fill, I can add a border, I can increase the radius to be much better. And for the padding, I can increase the padding for both right and left. Give it maybe 20, 20. All right, this looks nice. Let me give it more padding. I'll give it like 35. All right, this looks really nice. So what I'm going to do next actually is to hide this my checkbox. And how I'm going to do that is that on the visible, I will click 1 minute. Pam, 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 pam. All right. So I'm going to remove the fill. I'm going to remove the solid, so I can't see it anymore. And I'm going to set this to absolute. Ta-da! There you go. So you can shift this to, you want to shift it to the right or the left. You're doing anyhow you do it. It actually works how you want it to work. So I think what I will do is that I'm going to add more radius to this. All right. And I'm going to give it a click state here, which I will change the color. Maybe I'll give it this, and for the text I'll give it white. And what I want is that once I click, go here. Once I click, return back. Yeah, nice. So I can actually duplicate this. Can put this in a stack. Can set the direction to vertical or horizontal rather, and you can see these kind of left aligned. So let me just click this and make the center align. Center. All right. So you can see now that my text is left aligned, and for my submit, I can set it to what's it called? Or rather, my form, right? Yeah, send to email. I can set what I want it to, what I want to happen for when it's being sent. So this is it, and that thing you need to change is the value for the remaining component. So what you have to do is you have to go inside the main component, and you have to actually, create a variable for things you need to change. Like for example, this checkbox over here that has a value, that has a name. I will need to create a variable for it. Name, value, and I don't think these two I'm going to be using it, so I'll leave it. So the next thing I want to create a variable for actually is the maybe color. Create a variable for the fill color, and what else? I think text on the border. Yeah, create a variable for the text color. And I think that's it. Let me just create a variable for the border. So this allows me to actually make changes on my components. Like for this now, I can make changes. I can change the name to maybe table. All right, 1 minute. Kind of figuring something out. Checkbox. Oh yeah, the content as well, very important. Create a variable for the content, the text. That's a label. Yeah. So I can set this to table. Where is it? Table. Please, I might be making some mistakes here and there. Just permit me for this, please. I'm trying to be fast for the tutorial not to be too long. Then I can name this sofa. I'll give it a value of sofa. I'll give it a name, please. Once you're doing all this, you need to like check your submission, like what you get, so you can actually make changes to it. If anything doesn't sit right, you can make changes to it. But this is how you create a check button. Very easy, very simple. I can say, okay, I have to add a text on top, maybe get in touch, blah, blah, blah. I can add it, get in touch, then maybe a subheading, or reach out, sorry, switch out source by anything. I'll make it maybe 14, make it to medium. No, it's regular, yeah. Then maybe add it to this, set it to this, reduce the gap, and that's about it. So you have everything. So if I was to preview this now, so I get the background, I get my hero section, and I get my clickable share. I can see we have a problem. The problem actually is this blue. Check when it's click, and let's remove that. So I'll come back to the check. All right, remove or remove. Yeah, let's check that again. So you can see now it works perfectly. Your check button now works perfectly. So this is the hack I have for you guys. So thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe for more video like this. Keep watching, and thank you very much. Bye.